We're going back to basics because food is expensive and so much has changed since the last time we hung out. Sometime last year, I saw this video from another content creator whose sole focus was to make food for her kids. She was teaching them lessons in every single video about how to make food in the Mexican culture. And I myself am a no sabo kid. I loved the idea of making food for my kids and teaching them how to cook. So it was no-brainer when I decided to start my series called Back to Basics. When I said the words, "we're going back to basics," I didn't really expect anything to come of it. I just thought this was how we made food. And I thought it was important that my kids take time to learn from me, their mother. There are so many people on the internet that are making foods in ways that I don't. I have a very low-stress approach to cooking 99% of the time. And there's even a little stage fright when it comes to me cooking on screen because I'm not going to do it how somebody else is going to do it. But I think the things I've learned from my family members who have taught me how to cook, including my grandmother, little tips from my mom and my aunt, and even my mother-in-law, all gave me an opportunity to take a step back and look at how people really cook in the real world. My grandmother has boxes filled with recipes that are just things cut out from magazines. I can't tell you something my mom made, but I can tell you I hate fideo. While I appreciate how other content creators cook from scratch, it's just not something we can do all the time. I pride myself in making content for the common man or woman, for the person who does not know how to cook and is learning how to cook, for the person who wants to try a new recipe but is a little bit nervous to try it from scratch, so they buy a box of beignets, because this isn't meant to be overwhelming. This is meant to be fun. I went back and forth on how I was going to start this series again. It took a lot out of me last time, mainly because I don't like to cook every day. You might have seen different videos from Back to the Basics throughout the summer, but those were mostly just one-off videos because I was curious about a recipe, or I wanted to show you that we could use leftovers. Trying to make content day in and day out as a no-niche content creator and being kind of put in a little box of food content creator wasn't my idea of a good time. As the series began to take off, I retreated because all I really want to do is teach my kids how to cook things and for them to enjoy the things that they cook. There are so many people that dread cooking because at the end of the day we're tired and it's a chore. But what I hope to offer with this series isn't just your attention. I want to change your mind. I want you to know that cooking out of a box with my children is real. These are not curated shots. Otherwise, some of them wouldn't be blurry. What I want to show you is that food can be made in many different ways. It doesn't have to be name brand. It could be out of a box. Maybe it's just leftovers. And you can feel proud of it. One day, my children will grow up and they will make food the same way that I do. Maybe they can use a little less oil, and I hope they feel confident in the kitchen. Because at the end of the day, the only thing I care about for my kids is that they know how to cook their own food, and that it tastes good. I share these recipes with you from a box or from scratch to encourage you to do the same for you and your family and your friends and your loved ones and your dog and your cat. Meals have brought us together in so many different ways, and I'm happy to share them with you in this way. It's important for me to mention to you that while we made beignets, we sat there and watched The Princess and the Frog because all of us had a cold. And that's exactly why I'm sharing it. Because no matter what you do, sometimes this is just real life, and we have meals to make.